Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
Stephen Colbert thought he was just cracking a lighthearted joke about Meghan and Harry's cutesy pet names, but that small comment cracked open something way darker: Meghan's carefully staged fake personality. And trust me, that wasn't even the worst part. Because when Colbert looked Prince Harry in the eye and dropped a line straight to his face, it shook him so hard he nearly broke down right there on the stage.
But maybe there would be less noise if people remembered that I'm a real person. That forgets that I'm a real person. I just want people to know that I'm a real person. Pinch me, I'm real. She's real. She's a real person.
I'm a real person. Did you guys know I'm a real person? Let me tell you, when you're a real person, you don't have to constantly remind people you're a real person, okay?
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
The so-called comedy turned into a brutal reality check that left everyone stunned. But before we even get to that devastating on-air moment, you need to see the bigger picture. Meghan's fake personality isn't just some internet rumor people are tossing around. It's a full-on act, and the mask keeps slipping. People who knew her long before Harry stepped into the picture are speaking out, calling her out for a shocking transformation that doesn't add up. Even Piers Morgan, who had his own run-ins with Meghan, came forward dropping truth bombs that made jaws drop everywhere. Piers Morgan didn't just know Meghan.
I knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
He watched her flip her entire identity the moment she secured a prince. And his harshest observation cut deep. Her whole persona is pure performance, nothing but smoke and mirrors. He said flat out, it's all fake. One minute, she was a tough LA girl chasing fame. The next, she's suddenly this soft-spoken, demure royal. That's not growth. That's a full-blown manipulation strategy. Even Candace Owens called it out, slamming Meghan's constant claims of being authentic. And honestly, that's the biggest red flag of all.
She was a real hard-nosed LA girl, right, who was on the fast track. Yeah. Now she's like this, oh, I'm soft, I'm mummy, I'm this. It's all bullshit.
Real people don't have to keep shouting about how real they are. The more she pushes this I'm genuine campaign, the more desperate it looks. If you're truly authentic, people feel it. You don't need a PR team selling your personality like a brand. And that's why the nickname phony sticks so perfectly, because it fits her behavior to the letter. She conned the royals into believing she was the fairy tale princess they wanted, but the mask is cracking fast. Insiders whisper that those closest to her see the switch all the time.
I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard because she suffers from such a rare disorder of being unable to just be a human. Give us like one strip of authenticity.
Meghan in private versus Meghan in public are two completely different people. Cameras on, she's polished and perfect. Cameras off, the mask drops. And the truth is hard to ignore. But here's the kicker. The fake personality is just the surface. Meghan's entire life story is stitched together with contradictions and straight-up lies. And the people who actually knew her are the ones exposing it. That rags to riches poverty tale she keeps selling, it collapses the moment you check the receipts. Private schools, elite Northwestern University.
You don't have to keep saying, you know what, I'm a real person. It makes me think you might be an inauthentic, phony little huckster who conned the royal family into thinking you were a Hollywood actress when you aren't.
That's not the picture of some struggling girl fighting her way out of hardship. And the most brutal part? It's not tabloids calling her out. It's her own family tearing down the backstory she built. Her brother flat out accused her of lying about working hard and growing up broke, calling her two nickels together story complete nonsense. When your own blood is publicly shredding your victim act, you know the mask is slipping. And it gets darker. She didn't just exaggerate her past. She literally rewrote her childhood, crafting a sob story script that guaranteed sympathy points. Even the whole "I barely knew anything about the royals" line is laughable.
You say one thing, then it's the opposite. You grew up in poverty living over a garage, and then we find out your dad allegedly paid for you to go to private school and you went to Northwestern. I don't know. Things aren't adding up.
Sources say she studied, researched, and carefully mapped out a plan to land Harry while pretending it was some organic fairy tale romance. That's not coincidence. That's strategy, cold and calculated. Disinviting her own family while rolling out the red carpet for celebrities she barely even knew says everything about the real Meghan. She clings to anyone with status and tosses aside anyone who doesn't serve her image. No loyalty, just strategy. And while that's already cold, what Stephen Colbert hit Harry with about being a good man was so brutal it almost shattered him on live TV. We'll get to that painful moment, but first you need to see just how deep her pattern really runs. That fake personality doesn't stop at speeches or staged interviews. It bleeds into the way she manages her celebrity circle. She's been caught pushing friendships with A-listers who barely know her, while pretending they're lifelong besties. People are finally catching on, and the word social climber keeps following her everywhere.
Told so many lies to the entire world continuously about working hard and putting yourself through college, how we were so poor growing up.
Even comedians have started roasting her contradictions, especially the way she parades around as a feminist icon while her actions scream the opposite. The gap between what she preaches and how she behaves is so obvious now, it's turned into a punchline. The hypocrisy couldn't be clearer. Meghan claims to be a feminist, yet she literally married into royalty for a title and abandoned her career in the process. That's not empowerment. That's the exact opposite of what feminism stands for. And if that wasn't obvious enough, her Netflix show turned into the ultimate proof of how fake and shallow the whole act has become. Fans roasted the so-called lifestyle content when it showed her doing pointless things like transferring snacks from one bag into another labeled bag.
She denied being interested in the royal family, which she totally was. I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
That's not luxury living. That's procrastination dressed up for the cameras. But when you don't have a real personality to lean on, this is the kind of empty nonsense you churn out. Even Bill Maher couldn't resist tearing into her and Harry's endless victim narrative, dragging their contradictions on live TV. How can you write books about wanting privacy, then spend entire chapters complaining about the attention you get? Watching them twist themselves into circles just to keep the story straight is exhausting.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines?
And honestly, embarrassing. Crying about how hard life is while lounging in multi-million-dollar mansions is the kind of tone-deaf behavior that makes people turn on Meghan instantly. She parades privilege, then plays victim, and that double act has worn thin. Behind the scenes, insiders say she's been raging over her fading celebrity ties, allegedly firing off desperate calls to cling onto relationships that were never genuine in the first place.
What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir? My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy!
But the biggest crack in Meghan's fake persona is her endless whining about privacy, while doing absolutely everything she can to keep herself in the spotlight. Even animated shows couldn't resist tearing her apart. South Park torched the hypocrisy in a way nobody else dared, mocking how Meghan and Harry scream for normal life while cashing checks for their own TV shows and splashing across magazine covers. The infamous Instagram-loving wife punchline hit like a bomb because it nailed what everyone was already whispering. Meghan doesn't want privacy. She wants attention on her own terms. The so-called privacy claim crumbles the second you realize Meghan is everywhere online, posting, posing, and chasing attention non-stop.
In California, we're just a regular couple living close to Oprah and far from the paparazzi.
Ooh.
But not too far.
Watching Harry defend his Instagram-loving wife while she floods the internet is pure comedy gold. Even British comedy shows have turned their fake privacy act into a running joke. Their California setup tells the story better than words ever could, far enough from paparazzi to play the victim card, but close enough to Oprah's circle to stay plugged into celebrity life. It's the most obvious con job Hollywood has ever seen. You can't build a billion-dollar media empire while sobbing about media exposure. The math just doesn't add up. Insiders say Meghan's been boiling with frustration behind the scenes, reportedly venting to her team that people don't understand her need for both fame and solitude, but the public isn't buying it anymore. Every fake storyline, every phony contradiction is now backfiring, and the fallout is wrecking their carefully built image.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are now living well beyond their means, not being able to rake in those big money deals.
The financial reality for Harry and Meghan is downright brutal. They're living way beyond their means, trying to maintain a billionaire lifestyle without the billionaire bank account to back it up. And the cracks are showing fast. Insiders claim they've been dipping into Prince Harry's inheritance just to keep up appearances, burning through the money Princess Diana left behind to fund Meghan's designer shopping and luxury image. That cash was never meant to bankroll red carpets, private jets, and endless PR campaigns. Yet here we are. Even the royals reportedly see the collapse coming.
And some speculation that they are now actually eating into the inheritance left by both Princess Diana and the Queen Mother.
Whispers suggest King Charles is quietly bracing for the day Harry comes crawling back for financial help, because this disaster is impossible to hide. The desperation is so real that Harry and Meghan even axed their entire communications team just to cut costs. A shocking move that screams panic. These were the very people hired to clean up Harry and Meghan's shattered reputation, and now they can't even afford to keep them on payroll.
King Charles has been so paranoid about what seems like a increasingly realistic prospect that at some point Prince Harry will be returning to him, cap in hand, asking for more money.
The entertainment industry has flat out rejected the couple because everyone sees through their fake authenticity. Netflix poured a jaw-dropping $100 million into their brand, expecting raw, groundbreaking content. Instead, they got scripted whining and hollow storytelling. And the platform is now paying the price for betting on two people who can't deliver anything real. But the most devastating blow didn't come from Netflix critics. It came from Stephen Colbert himself, live on stage. When Harry casually mentioned that his favorite movie was Gladiator, Colbert struck back with a line that hit like a thunderbolt. He quoted Marcus Aurelius, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That single sentence landed like a dagger to Harry's chest. For a split second, you could see him realizing the ugly truth.
If they want to do TV and they want to do streaming, they need to be authentic and not be playing at being these people who are very pretentious. And for Netflix, I mean, it's not much of a return on that $100 million investment.
Maybe he isn't the good man he was raised to be. That brutal moment of silence was more painful than any tabloid headline. What we're watching is the total collapse of someone who built an empire on smoke and mirrors. Meghan's story has become the ultimate cautionary tale of what happens when you trade authenticity for manipulation, image for substance, and short-term wins for long-term ruin. Every angle we've uncovered, from her fabricated backstory and fake poverty narrative to her staged celebrity friendships, her laughable privacy contradictions, and her manufactured personality, all point to one outcome: disaster.
Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's deal with Netflix is done because they couldn't bring home the bacon, okay? I think the folks at Netflix thought they're huge stars, everyone's gonna wanna hear from them.
You can't build a future on lies. Eventually, the truth claws its way out, and when it does, the downfall is spectacular. The financial wreckage unfolding now isn't about bad luck or some random mistake. It's the price of trying to live a billionaire fantasy without billionaire reality, and the proof is undeniable. When your entire brand is fake, people stop buying it. Even Netflix, after pouring in millions, didn't just walk away because of low ratings. They pulled back because the product itself was rotten. The fairy tale is cracking wide open, and the whole world is watching the illusion collapse in real time. Netflix didn't pull the plug because of bad ratings. They axed the deal because audiences could smell the fakery from miles away. And what makes this mess even more tragic is how Harry got tangled in Meghan's web of deception.
The emperor in that, Marcus Aurelius, the favorite quote in the world. He said, "Let us have an end to this debate about what makes a good man and be one." Isn't that nice?
There you go.
You can use that.
Good knowledge.
You can use that.
That brutal moment with Colbert, where he was reminded what it truly means to be a good man, clearly rattled him. You could see it in his eyes. Deep down, he knows he's abandoned everything he was raised to stand for. He walked away from his family, his duty, and even his integrity, all for someone whose entire persona has been revealed as nothing more than an act. And the darkest part, there's no clean way back from a fall like this. Once you've been exposed as fundamentally fake by your own family, your old friends, and every major platform in entertainment, rebuilding trust isn't just hard, it's nearly impossible. People don't forget when they feel played and lied to, and that's exactly why Meghan has become untouchable. The entertainment industry survives on one thing: authenticity. Audiences can smell fake behavior instantly, and they reject it without hesitation. Meghan's total inability to show anything real has turned her into poison for any serious project or partnership. So here's the real question. Once you've built your entire public image on lies, once you've burned every bridge with manipulation and staged narratives, is there any way back? Or has Meghan Markle proven that some reputations, once destroyed by dishonesty, are simply beyond repair? Let me know what you think in the comments, because this story is far from over. And if you want the truth the mainstream won't tell you, make sure to hit that like button, smash subscribe, and stay tuned for more.